Django, Django, and then ever. Boss man, move there a minute. Hold on, show us. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look
look
at
at
that.
that.
He's coming up in the world, huh? Wow, he'll have
The
his own
chat,
link to his own Patreon to
the
show you.
Cheltenham Exchange must be doing very well to get
Oh,
those sort of cameras.
Ah, yeah.
thousands of pounds per
And we
video
might
now.
finally have a show that Django Bay is not being shown on, and another one where finally that bedtime story will never ever be tipped on this pod again, or ever be put up on another person's column again. Rant over. Hello, and welcome
Oh.
back to the Ginger Joe Racing Show. We have an esteemed somebody who forever blows bubbles. Ian Rayner from the Cheltenham Exchange. Welcome back, Ian. You're so lucky to be on.
Oh,
Thank you
Ian.
very much.
Oh, Ian.
And Joe's finally on as well. The last two videos I've been on, it's just been the top two, and
Hey,
now we've got Joe on.
hey, you were back in winner after winner. They certainly didn't need me for that. So
Oh, from the flat as well.
yeah, well there
It
you go.
was.
Yeah, covering jumps today,
Now
aren't they?
National Hunt.
And of,
So
Yeah.
be
and of course, look, the fellow over in the corner there, supposed to be the best golf tipster in the world with his three mockingbirds behind his back. Joe, Ginger Joe, what's the story?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, the birds are there for
what's the story?
aesthetically
Do you
pleasing.
notice now after today that Sean Flanagan says Ferrari and Minis, and the only time Ginger Joe takes off his hat is when he's talking to Barry Connell. Figure that one out. He's being a
Well,
pure gentleman to Barry, but not to us.
oh,
Straight behavior.
there's some good Barry news that's been lurking today. So I'm all jiggy. I am, James.
Yeah,
Let's get jiggy with it.
drop her in, he'll sink like a mini.
Oh,
Anyway,
whoa.
dear Mr. Tipstar, Sir Tipstar, just had an all brief picture of himself inside his lovely mirror behind his back. Liam, how are you?
Trying to bring in the female viewership. That's all, Jamie.
Ah, very
That's
good.
what
Housewife's favourite.
that's what
Sir
Ian's here for.
Tipster.
Don't you worry about
Leaders' wives.
that.
No, I'm all good, Jay. I've had a good anti-post punt this weekend. I've got a few selections. I'm looking forward to them. A few of which we'll get onto. But no, yeah, enjoying the jumps, properly getting going, mate. So yeah, no, all gravy. How are you?
Oh, I'm great to be here. Yeah, come on, we're going to rock through this like a motor car. Let's go. We'll start with the Hall and Gold Cup tomorrow, the 225 at Exeter. It's the Grade 2 limited handicap, over 2 miles, 1.5 now, they say here. And the favourite, Paul Nichols, next coming apparently, in Caliph de Burley at 6-4. Last year's winner, JPR1, tipped on the show at 5-2. Martador is 6-1. Saint Segal 17-2. Tissel Ask, I think, 9-1. And here comes Georgie's 50s. Ian Rayner, since you are an esteemed colleague and guest, who's going to win this? And if you say Kenneth de Burley, I'm going to mute you for the rest of the show.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa.
And he's going to say Caliph de Burley.
So Caliph de Burley.
You've.
I just think he wins, Jamie, to be honest. They've got was he I know he's giving the rest of them, some of them £3. You said about JPR1, but he's not won any race since he won the Hall and Gold Cup last year. And I can't really trust Martator. Thistlewask, I think, ran last week and won quite well. So I wonder if that might come too quick. But I think it could be. I think it was only like a free runner field last year, wasn't it? To be honest, I think it might be the same for Friday. It could be like a 3 or 4 runner race. But yeah, not very original, gents. But Calais de Burley for me. I think he'll be too classy for these.
Liam Firkin.
I don't think Caliph de Burley will win because I don't think he'll run. I think
Wow.
they'll get to Exeter. Obviously, Exeter have got an issue with regards to being able to water their track as much as they'd like to, given the fact they don't have the facilities there in terms of a water system to water the track. We saw an exodus of horses last weekend, didn't we, from all the cards given the ground. And I think just for a bit of advice moving forward over the course of the next couple of weeks, there's some real good value looking ahead to the weekend in Ante-Post markets by trying to identify proper good ground horses. Now, when I say good ground horses, I mean winter good ground horses. I did do a post on X about this. Good ground in November is very different to good ground in March or in April. It's about the water table. So you think about how much a horse's hooves are going into the ground. It's about the water table and the give that's beneath the actual surface of itself. People say, well, Caliph de Burley's won on good at Aintree. It's a completely different ground conditions to good ground in November. So I think they'll get there. I think Harry Cobden will stick his toe in the ground and Paul Nicholls will pull him. So I don't think he'll turn up. That's evidently been the case for Gidley Park, who was jocked up for this earlier in the week. I have tipped one over at Oddschecker. Martator for Venetia Williams with Charlie Deutsch on board. They were second last year with Jello in this, who they obviously won last week. You wouldn't really associate Venetia with good ground, but this horse went on a sequence of 5 victories, 4 of which were going right-handed. Exeter's right-handed. He's now £10 below his career high mark of 151, which was achieved before and during finishing third in the Desert Orchid Chase. I think that he will genuinely love the ground conditions, and you could end up with 4 runners in here come the start of the off. There's not a lot of rain around Exeter, and I think that Martator potentially goes off much shorter than his current price post declarations, and the 6-to-1 still value. So I'm on him. I think he wins. It is November. That's not a scientific route into this race, but Venetia obviously does extremely well in the month of November. So yeah, Martator for me.
Oh, great case, but I think he needs a bit more soft ground, does he? No, he's running good, isn't he, Nescott? Yeah, and it's going right-handed. Yeah, I'll take you on, but I'll go to Joe first.
Yeah, I'd like Caliph de Berde to run and win. That's what I want to happen. It's probably, to be honest, a no-bet race for me.
Why?
I want Paul Nicholls to have some good winners. I want him to be a champion chase contender in March. I'd love it if he got there and he had a runner in the champion chase against like Marine and Mullins, etc. It'd just be great, Obviously, he's still got to improve, and I suppose if he's going to get there, James, he's got to win this despite giving weight away. But I quite like JPR1 again here myself. Ian said obviously that he hasn't won since this time last year. I mean, I almost see that as a slight positive in a way that he's going to be primed to come and take the big pot here. It's a 60 grand, to the winner. So it means a lot to these trainers. And I think JPR1 will probably take a little bit of stop, and I think he'll be the one primed and ready to go first time out. The only course and distance winner in the race as well. Yeah, I quite like JPR1, I think, at the moment.
That's me just cashing out there, right there. No.
Ah, look at him go. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. JPR1, £4 higher than last year. It's on good ground. He beat Jello. He beat Sainsbury. Look at what they've done since. And I think it's just quite simple, really. This is his day. And he probably won't win for the rest of the year like he did last year. So it's JPR1 for me. All day long, 5-2. Thank you very much.
They're in good form as well, James.
Yeah, and he loved the ground. He wants good ground, and you can see that from last year. So
He travelled won the Grand Annual, to be fair, as well, didn't he? I think he made a real shuddering mistake at either the second or the last. Not that I've watched that race back many times, but he definitely, he was travelling well.
Never watched back the Grand Annual, Liam, about 1,000 times looking for next year's winner.
He still gives me nightmares, JPR1.
And I have a £7 claim on him on the day, so you back him again next Grand Annual when he loses. But anyway, moving on to the.
Sorry, go on, Ian. You're going to make a point about.
No, I was going to say, he gives me nightmares, JPR1, when he had his last at Cheltenham that time. Oh, talking from my pocket.
Oh yes,
a fortune.
I remember.
He was miles clear.
Petit Tonnerre. Did Petit Tonnerre win that day? Was it Petit Tonnerre?
Wasn't it Brandon Green or Guerrero on Public? Let's have a look.
Or are you talking about the Grand Annual, Ian?
Yeah, no, I was just talking randomly about JPR1.
All right.
It costed me money.
JPR1 house, isn't it? JPR1 fan in the house.
Right, we move on to Saturday. It's the 1:45, the Bet MGM Paul and Richard Barber Memorial Mayor's Handicap Hurdle over 2 miles, 5.5 furlongs. And the favourite, we had Paul Nicholls on. He mentioned this horse. In Jubilee Alpha at 5-2. Listen to your heart. Skeletons is 4s. Bet Page is 8s. Lara V is 8s. Jenna Dudery, Just the Rose. Gain Colours is 10s and 12-1 bar. Liam Firkin, surely you have a big price in this.
No, it's not a massive price. It is one of the Nicholls runners. I think Paul Nicholls would love to win this race, given his connections, obviously, with Paul Barber, and very much a friend as well as somebody who had a lot of horses with him. I think there'll be a lot of sentimental attachment. I really like Just the Rose from last season. It'd be interesting to see how she gets on. But again, the ground is good to firm. I think that Jubilee Alpha will be pulled. She's run predominantly on softer conditions. Whether that therefore means that Freddie Gingell gets jocked off on Jenna Duderis, I think that's a potential. And then Harry Cobden rides her. And that would be my angle into the race. Has got good ground form, Jay, available at around about 8-1 at the time we're recording. But there's a few in here. I'd be really interested to see how they perform over the course of the season. Listen to Your Heart looked like a really nice horse for the Skeltons. But again, I do think you're going to see this field decimate. And people may say, well, why don't you do it? Why don't you record this post declarations? It doesn't matter, because come the morning of the race is the issue. So there'll be plenty pulled out on the day of the race, as there was last weekend. So it makes it a little bit of a difficult puzzle to solve, to be honest, Jay. But if I was going to, I'd be more than happy to part with a few quid on Jenna Duderis, thinking that the favourite won't go, that Cobden will be on board, and has got that good ground form and looked a nice mare last season.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, Liam. I think if 10 stone 2 might go up, maybe, if obviously if Jubilee Alpha is not declared. But yeah, I think Jenna Dudery's going back right-handed as well. She was really impressive with Taunton there that day on better ground. And yeah, I'm with you 100%, 8-1 each way. Jenna Dudery for me as well. Ian?
I'm going to go with an each way one as well. I'm going to go with the Harry Derham mare Dramatic Encore. Again, we were saying about the ground. Wincanton's a very flat track. Good to firm, as you said. It's going to be like running on the road. But Dramatic Encore, she's had a winner at Huntingdon on good ground, and she was only just beaten half a length by, was it Really Truthfully Fully at Doncaster in March, which I thought was giving away. She was the favourite was giving weight as well, so I thought it was quite a good run considering it was just a second run over hurdles. I thought it was just a nice price, 9-1, 10 stone 6. I'll probably say Paul O'Brien will probably be on again if declared, and say they're both in very good form at the moment. So Dramatic Encore for me each way. I think you can get 9s.
Lovely, boss man. Joe?
Yeah, nothing major in here, James, but I do like the idea of Listen to Your Heart for the Skelton team. She's quite a nice mare from last season too. She made a reappearance in the Welsh Champion Hurdle, finished about 10 lengths behind Celtic Dino and Alexei. That form's pretty strong, and I know you can say, oh, she finished 10 lengths back, but she was held up. She was miles behind all the way through the race, and if anything, actually closed the gap towards the end. It's just she was never put into the race. Skelton's been quite vocal about how his horses are potentially needing the run. That seems to be true because they had a winner today in the bumper. So their bumper horses have got no problem. But these hurdlers, the novice hurdlers, are definitely looking like that. You know, that video was brought to our attention. It might have even been you passed that on, Liam, unless I saw it in my group. Harry Skelton talking about the novice hurdlers today.
Yeah, I think basically the older horses are further forward, aren't they, Joe, essentially? And the younger ones are doing less with and coming on the run.
Exactly. So the bumper horses, though, are okay as well. It's literally just so there's novice hurdlers. Exactly. Yeah. And look, she was 4 lengths behind Jubilee Alpha last year, and she actually gave her £5 as well. She's actually in receipt of 9 this time. So look, it just looks like one of these times where Skelton's going to have us ready to go, and at 5-1, I'll take Listen to Your Heart.
Heart for Joe. 1 second now, lads. Everything's gone bananas on me. Yeah. We'll move on to the 223 is the Rising Stars Novices Chase, a grade 2 over 2.5 miles. And the favourite here is a horse that I think will win. And even though it was Port Newton Abbott, Blue King Daru is 11-8. Double Powerful is 7-2. 4-1 Cobra King. Art of Diplomacy is 9-2. 8-1 Dunning West and 20-1 Bar. Ian, poor renewal. I think I've never seen a poorer renewal in my life in this, really, to be honest with you. It's getting worse and worse. I think the grade 2 status is really, really a pains to keep it at this. Or is it just simple? Blue King Daru wins?
Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. And you said about the field size. I'm looking at the racing post at the minute. There's 4 jockeys jocked up. So it could be a poor fielding. It could be 4 or 5 in this. So 11-8 Blue King Daru at the minute. I think come tomorrow or when the decks are in, I reckon that you could go odds on. Got form on good ground. I know you said about the performance last time out at was it Newbury? You said
Newton Abbott.
Newton Abbott, beg your pardon. There's one on good ground at Ascot and at Cheltenham. So, and I think some of these, if it's 11 stone 4, some of these have still got to find £10 on Blue King Drew. He's got a mark of 147. But not very original, gents. But yeah, Blue King Drew for me.
Blue King Drew for Ian Bossman. Joe.
Yeah, I got to be honest. This is one, Jane, where Blue King Drew's been beaten. Everyone thinks, oh, well, we're going to take him on again, but he's got to be winning this off 11 stone 4. Geez, this for me is his opportunity to break his luck over fences. It's simple as that. If he can't beat this lot off 11 stone 4, he's far superior in the weights, in the ratings. This has to be the time he gets the job done. I think with that run under his belt, he will. So boring, but Blue King Drew, this is the time I will happily side with him.
Liam, full house.
Yeah, it would be a sort of race. I'd really like looking forward to watching, Jamie, but not one that I really have much of a betting interest in. I want to see the horses jump first and then make kind of my assessments thereafter. I just really hope that for Paul Nicholls' sake and for Johnny Delahaye, who's obviously invested a lot of money at that yard, that Blue King Daru can be something that he's kind of promised to be. He'll definitely go on the ground. I imagine he is one who will definitely turn up and run. But yeah, I wouldn't disagree with anything the lads have said. And he's probably valued to a degree if you like playing at short prices at 11 to 8 pre-declarations. But yeah, it wouldn't be a betting race. Blue King Daru wins for me.
Yeah. Blue King Daru all day long. Back him now 11 to 8 before he goes odds on. The 255 is the elite hurdle. Same thing again. 2 mile. Well, it says here miles and 7 furlongs. Last year's winner, Rubo, at 8 to 11 for Paul Nicholls. Gibbs Island, who won at Chepstow, is 5 to 2 for Tom Lacey. Nappers Hill is in here, probably will run 5 to 1. Fortune de Mare, winner on the pod here, 10 to 1. Chalked up actually, so it might run. Calico is 10s, Hamlet's Knight is 16s, Larico is 20s, and 33 to 1 bar. Liam, we will go to you. Is this another penalty kick for Rubo on better ground?
You would think so. There is one in this field that really caught my eye. However, I'm not sure if the horse is going to line up. Not currently jocked up. I've got a question I'm hoping one of you three can answer. Is the David Power jockey £500,000 prize aligned with the ITV Racing in play this season like it was last season?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Liam,
No worries. We should have probably spoke about that in the pre-production meeting. Never mind. Because I'm just thinking, Calico's £10 rated £10 lower over hurdles than he is his chase mark. Obviously, one is in decent form. One at the Cheltenham meeting not so long ago. Skelton's jocked up on Fortune de Mare. Fortune de Mare will have to come forward and will have to do more in order to get into the sort of bracket needed to win a county hurdle, and Dan Skelton's already said that's going to be his ultimate aim. But I thought potentially if Calico was coming in here and they thought that he could match over hurdles what he's achieved over fences, then potentially he might be one well in. I'm not sure if Tristan Durrell perhaps will be jocked up, claiming a few pounds. He obviously goes on the ground. I thought that he was quite an interesting angle, but you don't know if he's going to line up as of yet. So yeah, tentatively, I'm not too sure. And obviously, you've got an odds-on favourite at the top of the market, which I'd always wanted to take on. But yeah, Rubo is obviously very good going this way round. So Calico, tentatively, it'd be interesting to see how the Skeltons play that out because, as I say, he's potentially got a good few pounds on his hurdles rating.
Joe?
Rubo just wins, James. Yeah, similar with the Blue King Drew scenario. He's just the best horse in it for me. Wouldn't be interested in anything else. I, to be honest, happily back the pair of them at the moment. To be honest, with you, I think they both turn up. I think they both get the job done. Probably the 2 weekend bankers. So yeah, Rubo for me.
Yeah, I'm with you there with the double. Yeah, Blue King Daru and Rubo. Bossman.
Same for me, Rubo, to make it 3 in a row. I can see the angle what Liam was saying about Fortune de Mare. I was going to possibly mention that each way, but I've got a horrible feeling that it's going to be a short field again. It possibly won't even get to each way. Hamlet's Knight, I thought, ran quite well. It give it to me OJ a bit of a fright at Cheltenham last time. I thought potentially got mark of 129, 16 to 1 could be a price if he's declared. But yeah, Rubo for me, Jamie. Keep an eye on Fortune de Mare.
Fortune de Mare. No, Yeah, he's dead.
But Jay,
right,
he's only rated 124. He's got to win another race, hasn't he? And a decent race to
Yeah.
have any chance of getting in a county, hasn't he?
I went back for no county Earl, the way he's running stuff.
No, nor would I. I'm not sure what that form's worth. He did it impressively, but I agree. Yeah.
Right, move on to the Badger Beers. 3 miles 1 furlong. The 3:30 at Wincanton. The first big real staying handicap chase of the season. And the favourite, who I tipped last week on the show, the Diane Chief, which I'm going to tip again. It's unoriginal. It's 5-1. He loved the better ground. Going back right-handed. I think he's a right chance, but 5-1 each way might not appeal to everybody. Hang in there is 8-1. Larry Poet is 8. Cobra Queen is 8. 300 through 5, 9s. Lowry's Bar is 10s. Gustavian is 10s. Wise Guys 10s. Collector's Item 12s. And 14-1 Bar. Joe, we'll start with you. Anything in here?
No, nothing for me. Probably worth moving on from me in this one, Jay.
Liam?
I looked at this and it just started to really annoy me. I almost swore them. Really annoy me.
Say it.
The top 3 rated horses in this handicap chase, and this is the state of British racing, too much racing, not enough in terms of horse population. The top rated horse is 13 years of age. The second highest rated horse in this field is 11. And the third highest rated is 10.
Yeah.
And come here, before you keep going, how much is it to get into Wincanton on Saturday?
Well, in fact, there is a deal if you do this festival, the West Country Festival, 45 quid for both days, Exeter on the Friday and Wincanton on the Saturday.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah.
It's not.
But like £30 to go and see a 13-year-old be top rated in a handicap chase in Britain. Exactly.
Yeah,
there's
that's
plenty of
interesting.
problems. It's a podcast for another day that we'll never do. But it just really infuriated me just looking at that. So, Jamie, my answer is I do not care.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jesus. Ante-Post angle.
Yeah,
No more.
So, someone got out the wrong side of the bed.
Or does Django mean? Anyway, come here to me. Ian Rayner, you surely have one here. You'll pluck one, you know. Come on.
He's going with Nichols again, aren't you?
No. There's one I wanted to run. I don't think he's going to run, which was funny when we spoke to Philip Hobbs, which is Lowry's Bar. But it sounds like he's going to the Coral Gold Cup, I think.
Oh, nice.
Purely because of the ground. I think he potentially could have gone here, but he said it's too quick.
Straight there, Ian, are they potentially
Yeah,
going there?
straight there.
Oh, okay, that'll be interesting.
So one I've looked at, which is talking about ageist and the horses, is an old mare, which is Art of Diplomacy. James Bowen jocked on for Mickey Bowen. Got a line of ones. But it was very, very unfortunate with the fall at Chepstow when Coco Mademoiselle won. And I think she could have won there as well. It's not much else. So she's 10-1 at the minute. She's a very she'll love the ground as well and seems to thrive at this time of year. Some of these others, Larky Poet I looked at as well, but I'm not sure if he'll get the distance for Freddie Gingle. I've got doubts about, say, Cobra Queen is up there for him with the blonde hair, whether he'll come, and the Doyen Chief. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'll take a chance on the old mare, Art of Diplomacy for the Bowens.
Lovely.
I'm glad you mentioned Lowry's Bar because he's cropped up in a couple of our other pods that we've done of late, hasn't it, lads? Definitely one to keep on side. I think that horse is far more capable of what his current rating suggests. So yeah, wherever he goes, perhaps not first time out, I'm not too sure, but he'll have a big pot in him, in my opinion. Before I started getting all angry, and yeah, I did look at Lowry's Bar. So thanks for putting it back on my radar.
Turn around there, boy, and look in the mirror again. But anyway, moving on to Aintree, the 12:55. We weren't going to. I don't like them per times qualifiers because there's only one day. Ian, you're on about a horse there. Go on, tell me. 12:55 at Aintree, the per times network handicap per times qualifier at Aintree.
We're talking about the Murphy horses. So me and Joe have had this ongoing discussion that I like one Murphy horse and he likes another, and he's got one in this called Chasing Fire. Sean Bowen, currently 3-1 favourite. He's got a mark of 136. He probably doesn't want to win because if he wins, I think he's going to blow his mark. So keep an eye on him to finish fourth and qualify maybe. But I think one that needs to win, Guitardi Dory, I think for Sam Thomas, marker 132, 10 stone 12. I think a win just to get him to the kind of right mark. I wonder if he needs to win and Chasing Fire doesn't, just needs to qualify. So I'll put an extra one in there, 5-1, Jamie. Guitardi Dory.
Anything else, lads, in the per times qualifier, or move on?
Yeah,
I'd back. Go on, Joe. Sorry, go on, Joe.
I was just going to say nothing today, but Active Authority is going to qualify soon in one of these, and then he'll win at Cheltenham, and then Boss Mans will finish runner-up to ours.
Come here now. Come here now. You can stop there now, straight away. You, when it comes to per times qualifier, I'll even put it up for you. I'll even put it on your chat GPT. We all know who you're going to tip for the per times final in March. It's absolutely totally simple because Sean Bowen's going to be on it. He used to have the same colours that Hobbs used to train for all those years ago. And he's a big draw and long. Am I right?
Active Authority, yeah, the winner. Yeah, the winner.
No.
Long draw.
Long draw.
Long draw is you're going to fit. But I will take you on with that because Supremely West, who finished above it, will beat him in March. But anyway,
we've had one qualifier and you've all found the winner. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
exactly. We've all got it. It's different.
Discussed this for months.
Without even an Irish horse running it. My God.
And they're all three different horses.
I even asked Joe to when you guys had Ollie Murphy on. I said, "I'll mention about long draw for me," and he said, "Didn't he? They're possibly two for the per terms." I was like,
he actually smiled a little bit, so he knew we found the right two, and
he had a twinkle in his eye.
Yeah, I would have loved to have done a course walk with Sean Bowen the day of Cheltenham to understand why he was going so wide and choosing to go an extra mile.
Really, Liam? Did you see it yourself? Did he go so wide?
And I'll tell you what, it's very unlike that yard.
Why wasn't he banned? If Charles Burns or Tony Martin did that, you'd be all over Twitter or X and saying, Yeah.
Oh,
Django. Django strikes again.
No, Sean thought there was better ground out there. That's why I would like to do the course walk with him.
Jesus.
Oh, God,
another Stevie Wonder moment.
We are on fire tonight, lads. We are on fire.
Qatar Dory. Is that how you say it? Qatar Dory.
Yeah,
I can see exactly what where Ian was coming from with regards to this horse for Sam Thomas. Obviously, he had a double today. Obviously, recording on the Wednesday. At Chepstow. He's unbelievable at bringing horses back off a break. Obviously, I know that's not so relevant with regards to this runner, but I think potentially this horse will definitely be one that you can part with your money with a little bit more conviction, because I think they won't go to Cheltenham. His record at Cheltenham is not particularly good. So I think potentially there might be other targets further down the line in the season. So yeah, I'll be with Ian on that, but no massive opinion.
Lovely stuff. Right, move on to the 130 at Aintree is the 3 miles 1 novice handicap chase, and a horse to follow who I think will win if it runs here. Full stop, game over. Derry Hassan Paddy for Cinder Russell Michael Scudamore. Third in the Albert Bartlett. Unfortunately, Wendigo went down the form. Thanks, Wendigo. But nah, he didn't really. He didn't really. I'll do it. Jasmine DeVoe out for the season. Big Westerner in there and the whole lot. They really like this horse. I put him up as a horse to follow. I actually said on the pod he might be an ultimate horse, but he might be better than that, so we'll see. But anyway, 7-2. The second favourite is One Big Bang. Champagne Twist is 7-2. Hidden History is 5-1. Andy Ammo is 6s. Double Powerful is in here again. King of Answers is 10s. El Granjero is 10-1, and Theatre Man is 12s. Joe, we'll start with you. Anything in here? Just Arian Hassan Paddy wins?
Yeah, if he turns up, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the worry with the ground.
Yeah,
but it's good to soft. At the moment in Aintree, so they hopefully get all the rain that we've got here the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Does anyone know if it's actually meant to rain up there or not?
It's supposed to.
I need to start looking at this a bit more, because there's a few that I've started by doing these weekly previews. There's a few I quite.
At the start of the week, Joe, there was potentially up to around about 25 mil. What that really means in terms of how much that gets into the ground and kind of how much that changes going conditions is something I'm actually not that knowledgeable on. But yeah, there was around about 25 to 30 mils.
Yeah, I might have to start doing a bit of digging there as well. Like I said, I was going to say there's a few times we've been doing these sort of weekend previews in the week, and I fancied getting on a few, and the ground's sort of gone against me, and that's just poor on my part, really. So I'm going to start taking a bit more note into the potential ground, I suppose, going forward a little bit if we're going to be doing that, and obviously check in pre-race. But I don't know. So if he turns up, James, Derry Hassan Paddy will win. Apart from that, I'd like to see what happens on the day because there's a ton of these. But apart from three of these, they're all making their first start of the season. It's like take your pick, really. But hopefully, Derry Hassan gets it done.
Ian?
I'm going to take yours on. I'm if Derry Hassan wins, and that's a 1, 4, 3, 11, 10. That's a lot of weight to carry. I wonder if it's a day out and an ice cream for Derry Hassan for this week.
A day out and an ice cream with Barry Island, as you meant to say, is it?
A vanilla mood, isn't it, James?
Yeah, better mood, yeah. You could see Joe's the weight's coming off Joe there. Look.
Because there's no mood around here. No mood.
I'm going to go with Double Powerful for Neil Mulholland. Form on good ground. Had an excellent run behind Deep Cave at Aintree in the handicap hurdle there. His first time over 3.5 miles. Thought ran very well. Had a run at Cheltenham a week or two back. Come third to I think it was Zurich who won the race. But I think he could run well. See he's 3 mile one. We'll like the ground again. He's very rarely out the top three. I don't think he has been since January 24 when he come fourth. He's either wins or is in the medals. But yeah, I'm gonna go each way. I'll go with Double Powerful. I think you can get a price of 8-1 at the moment.
Lovely, yeah. Liam?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a theory on this race to a degree. The first thing I want to say is I think that it would be great if racing was able to get back to a point where every single person campaigned every single horse from the outset that they are a Gold Cup horse, and then they fall backwards into handicaps, not running them to run them in handicaps to win. And I think potentially that may be the case with Derry Hassan Paddy for a couple of reasons. So first of all, Derry Hassan Paddy, the weight that he's having to carry. Lucinda and Michael Scudamore have got 2 entered up in here, and the other of which is King of Answers, who's shortened from 33-1 into 10-1. So the jockey bookings will be interesting. I assume that King of Answers, who's going to be carrying a very lowly weight in this, and second time up in a point-to-point, was only just over a length behind a certain Wendigo. Last season, after 470 days off, was was out the back of the telly and then won second time up, and has then had obviously a break and has put together a performance of no note, but second time up again potentially could come forward an awful lot for that, because that's what's happened in that point to point and obviously last season. So that horse, King of Answers, could well be one for people to keep an eye on. Same ownership. It'll be interesting to see the jockey bookings. And then Derry Hassan Paddy may well, as you've already suggested at the start of the season, Jay, be campaigned down that route of Ultima Horse. I'd rather see these horses all campaigned as Arkle or Brown Advisory horses in the first instance, and then you fall back into handicaps. That's the purpose of a handicap. It's not there to be exploited. I think horses should be running their merit more, but we all know that there's a game within the game, and we all play it and try to identify it. So I'm not going to moan about it too much because we all try and make money off it. But yeah, there's me my second little rant of the night. Sorry.
That's why we say that there's too many handicaps, because you're given. If we had 1 2-mile handicap chase at the Cheltenham Festival, you can't have them all plotting for one race. You know, they would feel more obliged to go up to graded company, but there's so many options now. And if the yard had one that can run in the Grand Annual, they've probably got one that can run in the 2.5 miler as well. And like you said, it's just it's a game of plot jobs, then, isn't it? It definitely doesn't help the cause. I think it's more than fair to raise that myself. Yeah,
I think the fact that we even have to just like second guess ourselves as to whether this horse at the start of the season is going to be trying. We shouldn't really have to ask that of ourselves. And I think that, as you say, Joe, the more handicaps are introduced, especially now there's 3 more than there were previously when there was too many already.
Yeah,
it should be the elite and the epitome to get to Cheltenham. But yeah, I think potentially King of Answers is one that people should keep on their radar. Obviously, Lucinda's other one is at the top of the market, but perhaps look a little bit further down for their other.
And as well, they should stop capping the number of runners in these fields. When you have big runner, 30 runner handicaps before, there was no problem with health and safety and all that malarkey that goes on about it now. And another thing with the Grand Annual, switch it back to the old course and you could have more runners on it because it's more wide open than a tight old track. When everyone comes to the second last, which the fence that should never have been moved in the first place, destroys the whole race. So, right, that's rant over as well. But
Love it,
we're
lad.
still
Love
talking
it.
about Cheltenham, lads. It's only November.
I know, yeah, I know.
Right, the 205, there's no prices. It's the visit racingtv.com handicap chase over 2 miles. Ian, you might have one for us there. I have nothing in it because there's no prices. So,
Well, I picked one out just in case, Jamie, and it's the Honeyball. I think it's top weight in a minute, breaking cover.
lovely.
But again, it sounds like very similar to the one I just discussed. It's really out of the top 3. Proper spring summer horse who love the ground and the distance. Has an excellent record going left-handed. Wins at Newton Abbot and Worcester and Uttoxeter. Sam Tristan Davison normally rides his horse. He's jocked up on a horse called Fitzgerald Evasion. So I wonder if Rex Stingle will jump on if he's declared. But I think he's got a good chance over 2 miles. So I'll take a punt on breaking cover. But again, you just said there's no prices at the minute.
Liam, anything here?
Really intrigued that Mambo number 5 has got an entry. Joe, I might have missed this. I'm not sure if Ben Pawney mentioned him. He'll obviously be getting a massive allowance for the fact that he's a 4-year-old. I was really impressed with his win. Yeah. He finished ahead of the horse that Lalamba beat of Gary Moore's. I forget
Mondo
the name. Really,
Man.
yes, really keen in his races, wasn't he? And I was really impressed in that day. But even prior to that, early in the season, when Ben Paulden had got hold of him, he'd suggested that this horse was pretty talented. So he was on my radar massively for the Boodles juvenile handicap. And then I thought, wow, he's going to win that at Kempton or wherever it was, and that blew that mark. But yeah, so it'd be really interesting to see Mambo number 5 over a fence as a 4-year-old, something that we don't see particularly often. That really caught my eye. Other than that, the only thing I just want to mention, and I know obviously all of us would have been thinking the same, is absolutely brilliant to see the Kemble Brewery get up today.
Yes.
Real talented horse. Be nice to see him next time out. I'm sure he'll need a little bit of a break. But I'm not sure if you can let us know a little bit more about Mambo number 5 and the plans there, Joe, after you spoke to Ben.
Yeah, I mean, the plan is to run. He's ready to go. And it's interesting, like you said, because I interviewed Ben at the beginning of last season as well. And he was talking about Mambo number 5, like a really good horse. Didn't really show too much in his first 2 starts until he then bolted up at Kempton. And he's just a big baby. Again, he's a 4-year-old. But even last season, Ben was talking about him, going straight chasing the following season. So this has been the plan. And if he comes there off 128, then it's, he's absolutely thrown in, to be honest, off that mark, because he's probably going to be at least a 140 horse going forward. He's shown plenty of ability so far and probably only just scratching the surface with him. So I'm like you. I'm really interested in him, Liam. There's also Out of Office, who hasn't run for over 700 days, for Evan Williams. He keeps catching my eyes if he's going to run a big race first time out off this big long layoff. I don't know what it is, but there's something standing out there. But also, and this is why I can't bet in the race at the moment, Venetia Williams is set to run a horse called Alcedo, same colours as Jello and Frero Bamboo and all of that jazz. This was a really nice horse last season. A marker 121, absolutely. Again, that's way below his level of ability. And Venetia is obviously known for for her runners coming good around this time of the year when the rain comes. But Charlie Deutsch is already jocked up on Alcedo. Good to soft may not be an issue for this horse, and I think he's going to be really well handicapped. So if you're pushing me one for now, I'd say Alcedo. But I'm deeply intrigued, like Liam said as well, about Mambo number 5.
Can I just touch on that Out of Office? Because I recall this, Colonel Harry, because obviously I recalled this race when we were talking to Jamie Snowden. There were absolute pelters thrown across social media at Evan Williams with regards, and Adam Wedge, I think it was, with regards to the ride that was given to Out of Office, that he was definitely far better than his mark. He's performed quite well off a break. He's finished 4th of 15 behind Timorous after 269 days off. I know he's had a long layoff. I'm going to say this. If he's priced up and he's at the bottom of the market come post declarations, I think everyone should have a pound.
We'll all get on. I'll hold you to that. We'll have a go.
If he's primed, he could well be. Maybe he wants a little bit of softer ground, but yeah, read him Tommy wrong in a point to point.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Interesting. Yeah, great shout.
Mullins horse. Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on him. Then we might go in together on that.
Right, we move on to the big race of Aintree the weekend, the Grand Sefton Handicap Chase over 2 miles, 5 furlongs. And the favourite is the 11-2 of David Pike, last year's winner, King Turgeon. White Rhino is 6-1. Johnny Who is 10s. Our Power is 10s. Gabriel, I think he finished third in this last year, was 10s. Excello is 12s. Colonel Harry is 14s. Jet Plane 14s. Frere Bamboo is 14s. And 20 to 1 Rianne. And 25 to 1 Bar. Joe?
Yeah, I like winning here.
I fun in feeling you're going to say something white.
Yeah, the white, well, not the white rhino, yeah. White, white rhino for Greenland Guerrero. Obviously we did our sort of preview for the races outside of Cheltenham, didn't we? We looked at the Sefton, the Fighting Fifth and all of that. And, I mentioned White Rhino then. He was about 12 to 1. He's obviously into 6 to 1 now, which is much shorter. But at the same time, it's a really good sign. Sean Bowen jocked up for the Greenland Guerrero team. They were really patient with him. They didn't send him chasing until he was an 8-year-old. And it was by design, just simply because of how big he was. And he must be plenty big and strong now if they're deciding to run him in the Sefton first time up. And the marker 141 to me probably still leaves a little bit of juice off that rating. Look, Sean Bowen in the saddle on a big stay-in chaser. I can't get enough of that for me. So White Rhino at 6 to 1. I'd even take that price as well. So he will do for me.
Are we still in love with a Venetia Williams horse here?
We are, yeah. I just backed Venetia in November. Nothing else, Jamie. That's the only way I know how to bet. No, yeah. Frere Bamboo performed really well here 2 years ago. Finished in third off a mark that's slightly higher than his current rating. He is now a 10-year-old, but he's still knocking in and around his last winning mark. I'm not sure. Charlie Deutsche is actually jocked up. Ned Fox rode him when he won at Newcastle, beating the Changing Man. The Changing Man's actually gone up around about 10 to 12 pounds, I think, in the handicap since he beat him on that day. Imagine if he actually wanted to get his head in front of the Changing Man. God knows how many more pounds he would have gone up. So perhaps a little bit disingenuous, given the fact he always runs a brilliant race, but just doesn't want to win. And the other one, Jay, I've played 2 against the field, is Our Power. Unfortunately, I decided to play him before Sam Thomas had his double today. He is brilliant at bringing horses back off of layoffs. Our Power likes good ground, going prominent from the front, has got a brilliant record over the course of his last few starts. Third in the Scottish National. And he basically wasn't out the frame for all of his 5 starts, I think, last season. So, yeah, Our Power and Frere Bamboo, I've played them both win only against the rest of the field, mate.
Ian Rayner, I fancy a horse in here. And please don't say it's another Henderson horse for me.
No, it's not. No, it's one we talked off air that caught my eye. It was 50 to 1 beginning of the day. It's now 20 to 1. Dylan Cooner is normally known for his flat horses. It's Marnes Gory. Lee Edwards is already jocked up. Very good on this sort of ground as well. Ran a very good race against Mark for Gold at Sandown. Was it the Josh Gifford? I thought was only beaten 3/4 of a length, and there was a couple of the 2 top weights on that day. I thought it was a very good run. So very rarely is got a bit of second-itis recently, in his runs at September, October. But I think he's off a good mark, 135, 11 stone 3. I think the market is telling us something. He's been heavily backed like that. So 20 to 1, I'm willing to go each way at a big price.
Yeah, I like one here. It's obviously Nicky Henderson. I actually can't believe I'm tipping a Nicky Henderson when Ian Rayner's on the show. But yeah, he was 14th in the race at what do they call it? At Aintree. What do they call that race? Gentleman Me one. The Topham. He was off a mark of 134 there. Finished 14th, made an absolute Horlicks of the second last. He was 10 to 1 that day. Now he's dropped down 2 pounds. As form has won since Ascot a couple of years ago on good ground. But it's just, we're back in his run. He definitely would have been in the frame behind Gentleman to Me and all that in that race. So, yeah, I really like Excello here for Nicky Henderson.
And did you see who's beaten Excello before at Windsor?
Go on, tell me, Bossman.
Derry Hassan Paddy.
There you go, Bossman. Good man yourself. So, Excello for me in the Grand Sefton. Right, we'll move on. That's it. But we're going to go to any other fancies. Now, I kind of fancy a horse for the November handicap at Doncaster.
Oh, the flat.
And I actually fancy a horse tomorrow at Clonmel. So I leave that to the end. Liam, you have 2 for us, maybe for Doncaster and the flat?
You should have left me to the end as well. Yeah, they're on the flat at Doncaster. Do not switch off, though. I think one of these I think they've both got fantastic chances. Again, I've played 2 against the field. They've gone up over Oddschecker. Miss Nightfall at 25-1. This horse, I am insistent, will win a big race. Has mixed it in group company. Has form, finishing ahead of She's Perfect last year on soft ground. Earlier in the week, it was heavy. It's now soft. She will lap that up. She's been given a 4-week break. She was backed off the boards at Royal Ascot from 33s into 15-4 favourite or something. Was on the wrong side of the track. She will have wins in her. Miss Nightfall's available at 25-1 at the time of recording. And the other is Apollo 1. Back at Doncaster. Fantastic record here, as does Miss Nightfall. Has been so unlucky the last 2 times. Has finished second on both occasions. Did not find a gap on the last outing with Paul Moran in the saddle. And even when your own wife is berating you on ITV that you will not be happy with the ride you've given the horse, you know that he probably should have won. I think if not, he does win. So I've done 1.5 points on Apollo 1 and a point win on Miss Nightfall. I think they can both go seriously close. So they're my other 2 bets for the weekend. Sorry, it's on the flat, but it is what it is.
Is Miss Nightfall the one to be like? I'm not even being funny here. She slow out the stalls. Has been a bit slow out the stalls a few times.
She's generally been held up.
Okay.
Yeah, she can break slowly. It's not a common trait, to be fair.
Okay,
but yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, this is over a shorter trip. So if that is the case, Joe, then she's done for.
Well, I hope not, mate.
She's dropping to the 6, but yeah, it's not a horrendous trait of hers.
James?
Ian, anything else?
Me or Joe?
You.
Well, you're Ian. This is Ian, by
I
the
didn't
way.
even say Ian. I thought you said anything else. Only one. I might as well add another Nichols horse for the Friday at Exeter. In the Silver Bone, obviously, is Quebecois. Currently, what's the price? 11-8. Should be too good for these. I think he's level weights 11-2 with some of them, and they've got to find £8 on him. Very good. Last time out at Ayr when he won over 3.5 miles. He's from a no risk at all. Who's got some excellent progeny, as probably Joe will know. I think he should win. So 11-8 in a minute. There's only 4 runners, so I'll get the price quick.
Joe, anything else? Bar the big ones?
No, JPR1, Blue King Daru, Rubo, White Rhino. Some shorties in there, but I think JPR1's. No, I don't. I think Blue King Daru's the best bet of the weekend.
I got 2 actually. One runs tomorrow at Clonmel. There's who else is back tomorrow? Sorry, what's the name of the horse and the mares? Spindleberry back tomorrow. My God, where?
You're back. You're okay.
Spindleberry's running tomorrow, but it's in the other race in the Clonmel Oil Chase. I'm going to take on it at Samp. I think it's only been primed for one day in the Tingle Creek. Gentleman to me, who I just mentioned there, who won the top last year. He's good over 2.5 miles. First time out. I think he'll go Catch Me If You Can, and I think he'll win tomorrow. He's a decent price to find him, about 3-1. I would back him against Elite Tomp. And in the November handicap, the final race of the flat season in Doncaster, surely to be to God, there is a race in Master Builder who is off a rating of 89, 1 over -6 at Haydock last year on good ground off a mark of 88. So he's a pound higher, but I see Toby Moore is jocked up. I know he's jocked up in another Moore horse, but he gets 7. If Toby Moore's on it, £7 off, so that's 81. You've really fancied the last day at Ascot, but didn't get the run of the race. There is another handicap. It's like Liam, there is another handicap on certain horses in certain times of the year. And I think Master Builder, he's 16-1 for the November handicap. If Toby Moore is jocked up and he's declared, he won't be 16-1 on the day. I guarantee he'll be gambled on. So Master Builder for November handicap. And Gentleman to Me will win the Clonmel Choice, hopefully. Right, that's a wrap. Sorry, it was a very quick run through. A lot of shorties. Next week, we have a very special guest coming on. We will keep that to ourselves for now. But Ian, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on.
Your big Henderson head next week at Cheltenham.
You will. You'll see me on the Saturday and the Sunday.
Henderson head. I love it.
Yeah. And in your pink robes and your Peaky Blinder hat. We will see you next week. Liam, thank you very much. I will see you next week, and you better not be late, or I'll shoot you.
You'll have the bother already.
Oh, yeah.
Greg sausage roll.
I don't think they'll let you on the plane with a gun, Jay, but yeah.
I'm Irish, boy. Come on, seriously. And To Kill a Mockingbird, Joe, thanks very much.
Nice one, Jane. Yeah, look, I hope you boys have a good time next week. I'm staying out for this one. I'm going to be sitting on the couch, but I'll definitely get FOMO on the Friday and probably end up coming down on the Saturday. So we'll see.
Look out for us on the telly, won't you?
Yeah, exactly. Having a great time.
Right, folks, that's it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.